I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available to download in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best be prepared for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And now we're going to go on and complete the 2019 Grade 2 Practice Paper C. So if you turn with me to page 14, we'll have a look at question 9. And so all of the questions below will relate back to this little extract here. So let's just sort of shuffle down the page and see what's ahead of us. So the first question asks us to give the number of a bar that contains all the notes of the tonic triad of A major. Bear in mind, it could also contain other notes as well, but it must contain all of the notes of the A major tonic triad at least. So let's think what we're looking for before we go searching through the music. A tonic triad is built of the first, the third, and the fifth degrees of the scale. And so if we're in A major, number 1 is A, B, C, D, E, 1, 3, 5. Of course it will be C sharps because of your key signature. However, the key signature deals with that. We're just looking for sort of the blobs in these places, as it were. So let's have a look and find a bar that contains at least A, C and E, if nothing else. So we have a C, C sharp of course, B, C sharp, A. So we have 2 out of the 3, but there's no E. Here we have an E, but no other part of the triad. So here we have an F, G. So we have an A, an E, C, A. So there we go. All of the notes are there. Let's see if any of the other bars will suffice, just as an option. B, no. A, C, but no E. A, E, but no C. C, A, but no E. So it's only bar 3 that will answer that question. All of the notes of the triad are in bar 3. So now just a little bit of observation going on. How many times does this rhythm occur? We have 4 semiquavers and a quaver, 4 16th notes and an 8th note. So let's have a look. So not here, not here. So there's one. Da 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 da. But da 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 da. But that's that one. So that occurs twice. Just 2 examples of that rhythm. Now then, give the letter name of the highest note in the melody. They helpfully remind us to look out for the sharp sign and the key signature. So let's see how high this goes. So bear in mind we're in treble clef. So pretty high here, but this is definitely the highest point here with the ledger lines, and here we have 2 ledger lines, so it's this note that we're looking to describe. And so we can work this out in 2 ways. We'll start by counting up from familiar territory. We know that the lines in the treble clef are every good boy deserves football. So if we count up from F, G, A, B, C, of course, the key signature of A major is F sharps, C sharps, G sharps, so it's a C sharp. If you're not sure and you want to check your note, you could always count down an octave from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we know the space is spell face, F-A-C. So again, we know it's C sharp, but an octave higher. So there we go, C sharp. Just don't forget your key signature, as they've helpfully reminded us. So now, is it true or is it false that the time signature 3/8 means 3 quaver beats or 1/8 note beats per bar. It does because if we just diagram out, we know that the semibreve or the whole note is like a 1. Think of your fractions. We divide into half notes, so your bottom number is 2. We divide into crotchets. We've now got 4. That's why the bottom number is 4. Quarter notes, because we divided into quarters. And if we divide again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quavers. And that's why 1/8 notes, because we divided into 1/8 here. And that bottom number tells us that we are counting in 1/8 notes or quaver beats. So that is quite a true statement. Now then, in which bar is the player told to pause or to hold on to a note? And so it's likely place, you can just sort of scan through, but chances are it's going to be at the end, bit of a lingering finish to the piece, and that is our pause mark or fermata. And so bar 8 is where that happens. It means hold longer than the actual note value. Just a bit of an arty lingering at the end of the piece there. And now finally, the last part of this question is literally just copying. And so it's worth just being super careful to be really neat and tidy. Nice sharp pencil. Use a ruler by all means and have an eraser ready just to keep things neat and tidy. We have 10 marks. It's sort of a nice downhill finish to the exam paper. 10 marks purely for copying. So make sure that you copy the correct bit. So we're going from the start of bar 5 to the end of bar 8. Not from the beginning of the piece, but from the beginning of bar 5. And so basically we're going to be copying out this second line here. And so you can go about this in any order you like. I just prefer to map everything out first and do things a stage at a time, just so I know I'm not going to forget something. Now I keep everything absolutely aligned with their example for 2 reasons. One, so I'm not going to get lost and just lose track on where I am copying. But also, if I keep everything reasonably aligned, I know that my bars are going to be properly spaced and I'm not going to be running out of space or too squished up, and it's going to stay neat and tidy. So they even give us a checklist. If you read from the bottom, it says don't forget the clef, the key signature placed appropriately for the treble clef. We don't have the time signature because that only appears at the beginning in bar 1. So also the tempo direction only occurs in bar 1. And so we're literally copying what we see in bar 5 onwards. You could even, if you wanted to, just sketch out the bar numbers just so you don't get lost, if that helps you. And so I'm just going to get the note heads in place, just so I know I'm not going to run out of space. And I've only got one thing at a time for my little brain to deal with. So I'm just getting all the blobs down. Down a step, down, down, back, down. That's nice and stepwise. So then bring out the ruler, because we're going to be beaming all of these, except I think that stem just went a bit too long there. There we go. Find it easy doing the outside ones and then just adding the stems in the middle when I know where I'm going. So that needs another beam to make those semiquavers or 16th notes, so it shows up. There we go. Down in step, so using a ruler, sort of putting a diagonal showing the direction of the notes. And then these first 4 will need another beam. And then here, beaming these together. It's almost the same place. And then another line. and then to finish with a dot after it to get the timing correct. And so this needs a slur, and then staccato, slur, staccato there. There's our pause mark we referred to, and now we just need the dynamics. So here we have a crescendo throughout this bar, and then it fades back, a diminuendo. Use this as a good revision option. Just go through, make sure you understand everything that you're writing. P is piano, meaning quiet. Another diminuendo, or you could say decrescendo. I always think that sounds more clumsy than diminuendo. Means the same thing though. To pianissimo, the PP, meaning very quiet. And I think that's it. Let's just check through. That's the end of that question, and that's the end of that exam paper. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope it's helping you with your studies. I hope that you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.